He entered the apartment, took a step further inside and called out, "Good morning, ma," but no one answered. A foul smell filled the air. He walked further into the bedroom and saw her lying in a pool of blood. He screamed. This woman was called Debbie. Debbie was a hardworking woman. After separating from her husband 18 years ago, she worked tirelessly at her secretarial job to make a decent living for herself. She worked day and night and she had nothing to show for it. Eventually, he grew fed up with her meager income and jobs, so she decided to go back to her hometown in Ondo State. Debbie started a catering business and her company's name was Country Kitchen. In the beginning, it was not easy for her to establish herself, but Debbie kept pushing toward her dreams. After months of diligent work, marketing, and networking, her business started gaining recognition. Debbie became an elite caterer. She catered for corporate entities, government officials, and politicians as well. She even joined politics through her venture. Debbie finally found her footing in life. Debbie's business was booming. She was earning a lot. As her business expanded, the hecticness of her job started taking a toll on her. Therefore, there was a need to hire a personal assistant. She hired this man named Philip and also employed a driver. We all know that in the catering business, a woman would have a lot of male friends, as the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Debbie reached the hearts of many men with her tantalizing delicacy. Despite being over 50, she had many male admirers, but Debbie's heart was set on one man, a man of high status. Let us call him Chief, as he had a traditional title bestowed upon him in the community. Debbie was a loving companion to Chief. She gave him all of herself, including her money, despite Chief's marital status. Although the money Debbie gave to Chief was on loan terms most of the time, Chief was unwilling to return it. Debbie and Chief frequently quarreled because of his reluctance to repay her. Life was good to Debbie. Her business was flourishing and she had a good companion in Chief. Debbie decided to celebrate her birthday to give thanks to God. She approached Chief for her money. "Chief, can I get the money I lent you?" she asked. "Which money? Is that why you have been bombarding me with calls? Now, my wife is getting suspicious," Chief responded, refusing to return the money. Naturally, an argument ensued, but Debbie wasn't bothered. Her male friends rallied around her and provided money for her party. On the day of her birthday, Billy walked up to Debbie in her room while she was on a call. When she ended the call, she listened to him. "The guests have started arriving," Philip said. "Let them in. I'll be with them shortly," Debbie instructed. She asked Phillips and the driver to be on standby for the party. The party started and the influential people in the society were there. Debbie, the celebrant, danced and well-wishers sprayed her with money. It was truly a blissful celebration. After the party, the guests departed. Debbie instructed her PA, Philip, and the driver to tidy up while she retired for the day. A few days later, Debbie's laundryman arrived at her apartment to pick up her dirty clothes. He saw a dangling key at the door. He knocked several times, but there was no answer. Debbie's neighbor, who had not seen her in a couple of days, passed by and told the laundryman to go in. The laundryman turned the doorknob and the door creaked open. He entered the apartment, took a step further inside, and called out, "Good morning, ma," but no one answered. A foul smell filled the air. He walked further into the bedroom and saw her lying in a pool of blood. He screamed. The laundryman was horrified to find Debbie lifeless on the bed. almost dismembered. He called the neighbor and they gathered. The sight was horrifying and unbearable. They quickly ran out and called the police. The police arrived promptly and an ambulance took Debbie to the mortuary. The investigation began immediately. Fingers pointed at Chief because of his relationship with Debbie and the money he owed her. The unfortunate incident was also attributed to politics since Debbie was involved in political activities, but it didn't make sense as she wasn't vying for any position. Chief was the only known suspect, but there was no evidence to pin the charges on him, and the case seemed to be hitting a dead end. While combing through Debbie's belongings, the police found that some items were missing, especially her 2 Android phones. Could it have been a robbery gone wrong? Eventually, they discovered a debit alert on Debbie's smaller phone, which the robber had not taken. It was a transaction that occurred after Debbie's death. They contacted the bank for the camera footage of the person who made the withdrawal, and it led them to the unfortunate culprit, Philip. I am expecting the millions in my account before the end of the day, Madam Debbie said in her conversation on phone. Madam Debbie had just finished the call when I informed her about the guest's arrival. During the party, she was also sprayed with a lot of money. Then I thought it would be an opportunity for me to get money for my Yahoo business. I consulted with the driver who provided the weapon. We sneaked into her room when she was unguarded, and I used the weapon on her multiple times until she was lifeless. We took her ATM card, phones, and some of the money sprayed during the party. Philip confessed to the crime. The police traced the driver through the stolen phone in his possession a month later. Both Philip and the driver were brought to book and are currently facing trial. It's a tragic story. You have to be careful with your domestic staff these days because they can cause havoc in your life.